So I'm releasing this clip from Monday's episode a day early, just in case any new information comes out. You'll hear me talk about that in the video that, I was worried it might be outdated by the time it came out. So you're getting this clip a little early. Yeah, here's my thoughts about what happened in Minnesota and what it could mean for the future of this situation going forward. Viewer discretion advised. We've got stuff happening in Minnesota. We've got to talk about it. So let's get into probably one of the premier experts in politics, society, the culture wars, really just your one-stop shop for what is going on in the world. That would be, are you ready, folks? Asmongold. Let's see what he's got to say about the unfortunate events in Minnesota. Let me give him some volume here. And let's see what he's got. Right here, we've got the MS Paint analysis. It doesn't get much better than that, folks.
Woman with the car, that Renee Good, I think that it was much more ambiguous. I think that it's very obvious that if you're shooting an unarmed man whenever they're being restrained by 6 other people or 7 other people, very, very clearly your life was not in danger. You're not defending yourself from a deadly threat. This person's unarmed, and that's it. There's literally no excuse for it. And I'm a big supporter
This is a screenshot of the
ICE. I think ICE is great. I think they should deport every single illegal alien in the country. All of that being...
Which, do you really need... I guess I don't know where this picture came from. Maybe this is the gun this person was accused of using. I don't know.
Said, you can't have ICE. Because I'm a supporter of ICE, that means that I need to have accountability for ICE. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you have a police department that's not accountable, or a law enforcement agency that's not accountable, that basically is the Gestapo. That is the secret police. That is the SS.
Yeah, law enforcement, you gotta have your checks and balances. You can't go full Palpatine. I am the Senate. You can't do that. You gotta. I mean, this is pretty basic stuff here. This is pretty basic stuff here. But he's not wrong. It's just I kind of want some more insight, dude. What does he make, like $250,000 streaming a month or something on some platform? I think he posted a screenshot of that. Come on, you got like a little over a minute left. Let's see what you got.
What here, Gestapo was, right, is you had no recourse. They had no accountability. There was nothing that happened to them if they did something wrong. They could kill you for whatever reason they wanted. And you have to have laws that make police accountable, because that's the other big component. Anyone with a concealed carry knows you should always comply with police, announce your weapon, and de-escalate all potentially dangerous situations, at least in my state. The guy intentionally gets in the way and involved in an escalating situation.
Pro tip, if you got a gun on you, just say, hey, bro, I'm armed. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna put my hands right here where you can see them. I ain't gonna reach for it. I ain't gonna lift my shirt up. I'm gonna tell you what hip it's on. And I'm gonna just, I'm gonna just be big chilling like this. You gotta do what you gotta do, officer. I ain't trying to get shot.
Absolutely retarded behavior from a concealed carrier. I think you're totally right. I do.
So what, did he whip the gun out
on somebody? I think this is absolutely fucking retarded to do. And at the end of the day, if he had complied with the police, if he didn't have the gun with him, there is a much higher probability that he wouldn't have been shot. There is. It's undeniable this is the case. And I feel like that nuance is constantly lost, because you can easily come to the conclusion that maybe the way that they shot him was wrong. And based off of everything that I've seen, I'm pretty certain that they fucked up. I am. This seems pretty cut and dry.
Okay, so Asmongold seems to think this one was an unjustified shooting by ICE. I guess we'll see how it unfolds. How many grainy cell phone videos come out for people to micro-analyze. Because that's how investigations are done these days. Grainy cell phone videos on Twitter of people dying, being endlessly circulated, is the new norm. That's just how it is. I don't see any other way to put it. I have the video here. It was posted by the Hodge twins, but that's not really important. It's just a video. I guess I'll do a play-by-play of this, see what I can surmise. Again, I'll probably have to blur this for YouTube. So, go check out the Twitter. Go check out the Twitter for my uncensored analysis of this. Okay, so I'm guessing that's the ICE agent. He's got the green jacket and the tan plate carrier or whatever. Okay, so there's a woman standing here, a guy here, and a guy here, and then people here filming. Okay, so the ICE agent shoves the guy. I didn't see him doing anything, but I don't know what was said prior to this happening, or I don't know. Okay, so he shoves that guy to the ground. Then this guy's approaching the ICE officer. Okay, and the woman's kind of in the background. Okay, so the ICE agent, I'm guessing, starts macing not the guy shoved to the ground, but the guy standing. And it looks like he has a phone in his hand. That does not look like a gun. And the way he's holding it doesn't look like how you would hold a gun. It looks like a phone. So he's recording the ICE agent pepper spraying him. He's turning his head. The woman goes down to the ground, I guess to assist the guy that got shoved to the ground, obviously. Another, what I would guess is an ICE agent, comes to help the macing ICE agent. I think that's, I don't know who that is there. It looks like this woman is putting on some kind of respirator. Now it's just a mess. There's, I guess, a third ICE agent showing up, and the two guys from the beginning are still on the ground. A guy in the foreground blocks view of what's happening. Oh, now there's more ICE agents coming up. A guy in a mask. Don't know if he's ICE affiliated. Yeah, now it's just a mess. The woman's on the ground. There's this guy. I don't know if he's an ICE agent or not. He doesn't look like he's wearing the uniform. There's like 4 ICE agents. Another ICE agent. Some of these ICE agents just look like a dude off the street wearing a plate carrier. Kind of unsettling. Okay. Yeah, it's just a mess. I don't know why the video's pausing. That's not me pausing it. Okay, this ICE agent appears to be hitting one of the guys on the ground in the head with something. Yeah, it's just a mess. They're all in a big ball. Another ICE agent shows up talking to a woman filming. More ICE agents. So there's like 7 ICE agents on 2 dudes. Like, okay, one of the ICE agents appears to be running. I think that's a gun in the ICE agent's hand, maybe? I can't tell, dude. Okay, gunshot, and then the video pauses and then zooms in. Okay, oh, let me pause. Okay, so the gunshot rings out, and then they zoomed in on what I presume to be an ICE agent turn the other direction with a gun in his hand. So he's not the shooter, but that was the thing circled in the Asmongold video. So I'm not sure why, because the gunshot happened as he's standing up, from what I can tell from this video. So I don't think the shots fired was captured on this video, unless he just shot the ground, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it seems like all the shots were fired off camera. So I don't know. It's just a ball of dudes. It was like a half dozen ICE agents and 2 dudes on the ground, and the shots start ringing out. So yeah, that video didn't really help because you have no idea what happened. The quartering said a leftist just bit an ICE officer's finger off. Okay, I'm not going to show that because, I mean, you know what a hand looks like missing, this much of a finger, like a digit of a finger. But then the quartering's kind of falling off. all I really see at the quartering is the Keno Casino clips making fun of him. So I don't know if he's a trustworthy source. He seems to have really fallen off and is just trying to, I don't know, trying to cling on to a career falling apart. He was in like the cuck chair of Amfest by the fire exit or something. Oh God, what is this? I don't even know if I want to play this, but there's a guy, he threw up a Zig Heil, hit a bong. Now he's drinking what is even on Twitter, dude? Everybody's throwing up Zig Heils and ripping bongs and making AI generated porn. Like, it's just a lawless wasteland. Oh God. We got here, who the hell is the AF Post? Is this like a Groiper organization? Hold on, let me open this up. What is the AF Post? Let me put this on here. The AF Post. News and alerts from around the world from an America First perspective, not affiliated with any organization, podcast, or activist. Because America First was like a Trump quote, and then Nick Fuentes kind of made that his brand. He sells merch of it. It's followed by the Hodge twins. So, bias alert. Oh no. When I went backwards, it reset my damn. No. Okay, well, that post is gone forever. That post is gone forever. Really? Okay, well, I guess we won't be covering that. Damn. Okay, well, whatever. Sorry, guys, you're going to miss out on my... Oh, no. Dude. I just don't know what to say. So, speaking of America First... oh, never mind. I saved it. I had to open on another tab. Hold on a second. Rewind. You'll get the expert analysis you were looking for. Okay, AF Post. So yeah, but disclaimer: conservative or maybe right wing. I don't know, somewhere in that sphere bias. We have a right wing / conservative bias here. Just be warned. President Trump revealed that a secret weapon nicknamed the discombobulator was crucial to the U.S. raid that captured Nicolas Maduro. The discombobulator made enemy equipment not work. So that's not what this thing is, right? This is just a rifle that looks weird, right? So I guess it's confirmed. If you're like a conspiracy head out there, they have weird energy weapons that'll discombobulate you. So look forward to that. We've got psychological, or I don't know. I guess it's more like an EMP. I guess it's more like an EMP, but I think we've had those. So they had the EMP drop on Venezuela. I didn't think they were. I guess the clanker army they had was overpowering American forces. I don't know. Okay, so we have here a clip from Nick Fuentes, and so right here, this looks like a normal clip, but the jacket he's wearing is based off a Jeffrey Epstein hoodie. So first he was running D for Epstein, saying, well, technically they're not PDFs because, they were just teenagers. They were just technically not legal. And now he's wearing like Epstein merch. So wonderful stuff. Let's see what the king of content has to say.
Check out our merch store, Fuentes.store. I have my
it's
brand
his
new
merch.
USA quarter zip.
It's his merch.
Check it out. This
He's
is
selling
high quality
Epstein
stuff.
merch.
And I'm not just saying that. Some of the merch
Bro.
that we've done in the past, we've been doing merch for a long time, and it's been sort of
what is this?
Some of the
what do you do? Why are you selling
others.
Epstein
this
fan
is very
merch?
high quality. 80% cotton, 20%
Did you say anything
cotton.
about the shirt being an Epstein
Very high
hoodie?
quality, stitched on.
Or was
it
he just
looks
talking about the
pretty
cotton?
sharp. I mean, look at this. Look at this collar. Zipper.
Yeah, you're cosplaying as the world's most prolific
little product demonstration.
human trafficker.
It does zip
Yeah, don't wear a quarter zip all the way up. You're crazy if you do that. That's crazy.
all the way up, in case you were wondering. So when it gets really cold,
does he acknowledge the fact
In
that it's patterned off
practice,
of
too.
Epstein's jacket?
if it gets cold, if you don't,
No, he doesn't even
I
acknowledge
think it
it.
looks sharp. Navy, red, embroidered USA logo, American flag. I think it looks great. What do you guys think? I think it looks great.
Does he not
This is now
acknowledge
my
it?
#1 bestseller on the store.
Yeah,
We
you
sold
got
a-
it here first. The guy who, because also even in the video he made where he was saying, well, it's not technically PDF Elia. It's not technically that. The problem is that Jeffrey Epstein was a Jewish spy. So he hates him for being Jewish, not the technically not legal teens, whatever the hell you want to make of that. And now he's selling merch patterned off of his appearance. So, yeah, get your Epstein cosplay equipment from Nick Fuentes. Oh God. All right. So here we got a little bit more. We have another angle of the shooting that took place. I don't know, dude. Shit's getting bad. I don't even know what to say. I don't have a funny quip for you. This stuff is getting bad. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this here. Okay, so I guess that's the guy that got pepper sprayed on the ground. Again, this is probably going to be blurred on YouTube just in case. Oh no, that's the guy that got pepper sprayed right there. He's not on the ground yet. The other guy was the one that got shoved at the beginning of the interaction. They're pepper spraying these guys. They're blowing a whistle? I don't know what the whistle's supposed to do. You're already pepper spraying them. I don't know what good a whistle's going to do for you. Okay, so now they're getting on the ground. Now this is where all the ICE agents turn into a ball. They're trying to subdue this guy here, which I can't tell which guy that is. It looks like the woman's trying to help the... Yeah, this is the guy that got initially shoved, I guess. The woman's trying to help him. I can't tell if that's a gun in this ICE guy's hand. I can't tell what's going on, dude. It's like 240p. Okay, so the main ball of guys seems to be on the pepper sprayed individual, not the initially shoved individual. Okay, it looks like that ICE agent just pulled a gun. Let me back that up, see if I'm tripping. It looks like he just pulled a gun. Okay, yeah, so that's got to be a gun. It doesn't look like a taser. He pulled it out of a holster on his right side. So they've got a gun pulled on the guy that 4 federal agents are holding down. Okay, there's the initial gunshot. Again, you're not seeing this if you're on YouTube, but I think it's this guy on the right shoots. Yeah, it looks like he just shoots this guy in the back of the head. Oh no, maybe it's this guy on the right. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like that guy on the right in the hoodie shoots the guy. Or maybe, so there's 2 guys on the ground being held down. I can't tell which one of them he shot. That almost looked like an ICE agent. Or no, I guess he's just wearing like a dark hoodie and a tan shirt. See, I guess it all comes down to if the guy on the ground had a gun. Okay, now, okay, so they're just mag dumping into a guy laying on the street. I mean, with the Renee Good thing, I was like, okay, well, the guy was in front of the car and she hit the gas. Maybe the wheels were cut so that she wouldn't have hit him. Maybe the guy stepped out of the way enough, but the vehicle was coming at him. But I'm just watching a dude get mag dumped laying on the ground. So... unless they have evidence that the dude pulled a gun, this seems pretty open and shut. They just killed this guy for the hell of it. I mean, I don't really know. And that's the thing with these videos that come out, is that sometimes you look at them and you just don't understand how people see it any different. Like, I don't know. But this one, I guess it's murky because I can't tell. It's a 240p video. So I don't know. Maybe the guy on the ground pulled a gun. Maybe he didn't. I can't tell from this video. So really, that's all I can say. It's going to come down to whether or not the guy on the ground had a gun. Is this another? Oh, I'm seeing an Alex Jones video pop up. I don't know. Maybe he has more information. Let's get to the most reliable source there is. Let's see what Alex Jones has to say. Again, this is all going to be heavily censored if you're on YouTube. But, you know, it's regardless of who's in the right or wrong in this situation, a guy got killed. So I'm not trying to put that on YouTube. That's not a good move. Get slowed down. Yeah, this is the same clip we saw earlier, but zoomed in. So it's now 144p. So is this the guy that shot? Because it looked like the guy on the right of the guy that got shot is the one that did the shooting. So he puts... Yeah, it looks like the shot's coming from the right, not the guy that people are focusing on, I think. Yeah, it looks like you see smoke coming from the right. I don't know. Okay, this is making me motion sick the way they tried to stabilize that. Alex Jones, if you need a new editor, let me know. I can edit videos without inducing motion sickness. Yeah, I just can't tell. I can't tell, dude. This is the state of the world today. Watching 144p videos, people getting shot. This is what we've got to look forward to every day in the news cycle, everybody. Oh God. Okay. Alex, give me some wisdom. I don't know what to make of this. And you know, people give Alex Jones a lot of shit. But you know, he's got the information sometimes. Okay. He might have a problem with his methods. Maybe the Sandy Hook debacle threw you off. But, you know, I don't think he's a shill for what it's worth. Maybe for his supplements or whatever, but I think the supplements are fine. Didn't they do that? They did like a test where they BuzzFeed sent his supplements off to a lab and like, yeah, it's just supplements. It's nothing crazy here. So for what it's worth, I think he's a man honest to his principles, unlike a lot of pundits today that came up in the internet era. I think he's I at least trust him to be honest about what he thinks. I don't think he's going to put on a face for anybody. So what do you got for us, Alex?
I want to be 100% clear. With all the pressure ICE is under and all of the violence and agitation against them, I'm surprised there hasn't been bigger mistakes or violence yet.
So it seems like going into this clip, it seems like he might be on the team saying that ICE messed up here. I don't know.
If I see any real evidence of ICE doing something wrong.
Okay, well, yeah, you're not gonna see this on YouTube, guys, but I guess this did for sure happen. A guy got his finger bit off, an ICE agent.
But this Alex Pretti who died during the huge demonstrations.
So this is the guy that got shot. So I'm guessing, okay, so this is him.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota today.
So this is the guy that got pepper sprayed, I'm pretty sure.
If you watch different
not the guy that
got
shoved.
They are tackling him. They're on top of him. They took a gun off of him later, a handgun. But you see when the gun goes off, it's not clear what happened.
So it looks like maybe they saw the gun in his waistband, and it looks like an ICE agent's holding the gun. I'm not sure, again, because it's literally 10 pixels, so I don't know. But it seems like they got the gun off of him.
But you see the ICE officer jump and run back, and then they pull their guns and start shooting him.
Oh, so the guy that ran off. Okay, so that's why Asmongold had that, because that was the gun he owned. The guy who got shot. That's the gun he owned. So they had already ran off with the gun when they shot him.
So did he use his gun? Did he go for somebody else's gun? Did a gun go off? We don't know. I've been trying to analyze the video. We'll show it slow down here.
Also, that's a weird obfuscation when people use that turn of phrase. Did the gun go off? Did the problem happen? Right? You're making it sound like these things just magically happen by themselves, which guns typically, well, actually, no, I would say 100% of the time, the guns just don't go off on their own. There's maybe a very slim edge case where I don't know, a gun part is broken and it could just be sitting down and go off. But the vast majority of the time, guns just don't go off. Problems don't just happen. People do these problems and make these mistakes and all of this. So I kind of don't like that from Jones, but you know, whatever.
Doesn't want to kill people and have prosecutors try to put them in jail. They don't want to have a woman try to run over with a car and have this happen.
Wait, hold on a second. I haven't seen that screenshot. The pistol reportedly found on the man shot by ICE. Appears to be a custom work SIG P320. Okay. Okay, I don't really care about the make and model. Around a $2,000 pistol. Unusual to see illegal alien. Well, I don't think anybody's claiming this guy was illegal. I don't think that's really a claim made by anybody. Okay, carry on.
They don't want to have a woman try to run over with a car and have this happen. And we have the Democrats in the Podesta plan that I've harped on for a year plus, saying that when they try to send out ICE to their regular duty, they're going to tell the public it's illegal. Same stuff Obama did, Trump did, all of it.
Just hiding the screen so I don't have to censor as much later. They're showing the video of him getting shot again.
Dead protesters, as they told Axios 6 months ago, as the pretext to launch this uprising. So the system, the Democrat Party, the Soros funding is using this to create a crisis. And so people are saying they killed this guy in cold blood. It's not clear what happened. You see a magazine.
Yeah, this is kind of something I said on an earlier episode of the podcast is, you know, I hate to put on my tinfoil hat, but this seems like this might have been the plan. during the Biden administration. A bunch of illegals came in, a fuck ton of them. And so you have Trump, who might feel like he has a mandate from God by surviving that assassination attempt, right? So if he didn't already, he feels that he needs to get his name in the history books, or the Trump legacy might be over. And this problem happened. This problem was caused by the Democrat Party. And so he decides to send in ICE federal agents to deal with this problem. And the rust nature in which it is occurring is creating fodder for, I guess, the left, but also different factions of the Libertarian Party as well. Or maybe not the party, because the Libertarian Party is a joke. But anyway, people not on the right wing of things see the actions of ICE and view it as sloppy, Gestapo-esque events, a Gestapo-esque wing of the federal government. And it's the perfect feedback loop of people see the things ICE do. People want to stop it, so they either resort to violence or increasing efforts to protest. ICE sees this and gets worried they're going to get attacked, shot, drove into. So their trigger fingers get itchier and itchier. And as that happens, more mistakes happen from ICE. And then the people on the left side of this get more and more scared. And then when they start to lash out, the trigger fingers of the federal government get itchier and itchier. So it's the perfect feedback loop to have a window to establish martial law, the Insurrection Act, whatever, to increasingly militarize law enforcement in our cities, which is what the conspiracy people have been worried about forever. But they said it was going to be the Democrats. But it seems like the play was that the Democrats caused the problem and had the right wing come in with the pendulum swinging way too far and causing the problems. Whether you think that's right or wrong, or you think ICE is completely justified, whatever, that seems to have been the play, if you want to get full tinfoil hat. Whether or not that's actually what happened, or this is just the natural course of things, I don't know. But that seems to be what's happening here. All right, let's finish off this clip. I'll put it back on screen when the shooting videos stop looping.
Clip pop out of the ground that fits his handgun, and you see them apparently struggling for something. Was it his gun went off? Was it one of their guns went off? They're surprised.
Well, yeah, the guy running away, it clearly looks like the picture of the pistol that supposedly was owned by the guy that got shot by ICE.
They run, and then they pull their guns and start shooting him. And that's what's on tape. It's not them executing him. But that's what's going to happen when you have all these armed people and stuff coming out and saying kill ICE, win confrontations. And it's because the local police and the governments are not turning over these illegals, rapists, murderers, arsonists, you name it, even when they're in jail, to them. They have to go out and get them. That's why this.
Yeah, because I don't think. So a lot of people, I guess, against ICE's actions are saying, "Oh, well, why aren't you going after the criminals? Why are you going after the little grandmas?" And it's because it's all sloppy, because the problem was so big from Joe Biden. So I'll give him that. It was such a sloppy letting in of people not vetted. But because of this all of a sudden nature, it gets easy to see how this would push people to be against ICE and cause the feedback loop mentioned earlier. All right, let me see if he cooks a little bit more, and then I'll probably be signing off for this week's A-side episode.
This is new. That's why this is happening. So they've created the atmosphere and then said their own battle plans. They would do this. That's how I predicted it all. So here are the videos. Here are the facts. Not a bunch of emotion.
Okay. Well, just in case I didn't put it on screen for you guys, this was filmed on January 24th, 2026. It's going to be going up Monday due to the nature of how we film these podcasts. And new information might have came out. I'll probably put a disclaimer earlier as to when this was filmed in case anything new came out. But yeah, it's bad. regardless of what you think, whether you think ICE is the new Gestapo or they're completely justified, or if Antifa or whatever you want to call them is justified, whatever you believe, shit's getting bad, shit's getting messy. Be good out there. Don't fall for the propaganda. Try to keep a level head on your shoulders, and stay safe out there, fellas. Deuces.